Please keep your Sidurim up to page 899. Just want to share a thought on Maoz Tzur, the song that we just sung. We sang two stanzas, but there really are six. For a while, it was thought that there were five stanzas. The first letters of each stanza spell out Mordechai. So you have Maoz is Mem, Ra'ot is Resh, Dalid, Kaf, Yud. So it's an author's name's Mordechai. Some say the author's name was Mordechai, or maybe it's honor of Mordechai. And then the last stanza has Chazak in the first three words, Chet, Zayin, Kuf. So the final stanza, some say that they thought it for a while that it was inserted later on, but they found recently in a Siddur from the 12th century that it had the sixth stanza. So apparently it was kind of like not. So let's read the sixth stanza. You understand why perhaps it was not sung in a very open way. It says, "Bear your holy arm." This is page 900 on the bottom of the page. This is the final stanza. "Bear your holy arm and hasten the time of salvation." It's talking about right now. We're looking forward and asking God to hasten the time of salvation. "Take retribution against the evil nation on behalf of your servants." The evil nation is the galus, the exile that we're in right now. "For the hour of deliverance has been too long delayed. There seems to be no end to the evil days. Thrust the enemy into darkness of death and establish for us the seven shepherds." Now it said Deche Admon, could be hinting to and it says here thrust the enemy, could be hinting to Admon is Edom, which is those who are ruling us today in the exile that we're currently in. Yeah, that was like one thought I want to share with you. Another thought is if you take a look at page 898 in the bottom, you have Maoz Tzur, the first stanza, talks about restoring my house of prayer, that I may offer you thanksgiving. That it's not clear, it's not talking about any holiday. It's basically saying, hey, Hashem, restore the temple. That's basically, and so we can come and thank you. Now, the next stanzas basically span Jewish history. If you take a look on page 900, the first one is troubles that say to my soul, they embitter life with hardship when I was enslaved under Egyptian rule. It says Mahut Eglah, but that's understood to be Egypt. So the first stage is the exile in Egypt, or the hardship in Egypt. The next stanza on the page 900, the second stanza down, is talking about, let's see, it says, the oppressor came to exile me, but I had served strange gods. I had drunk poison wine. I almost perished. Then Babylon fell. Zerubbabel came. It's talking about Nebuchadnezzar and the first galut into Babylon. The third one down here is talking about Haman. The Agagite son of Hammedatha sought to cut down the tall fir tree. And it says that God, in the end, his many sons and his household you hanged on the gallows. That's Haman. Then finally, we get to Hanukkah. Okay, so this is actually not really a Hanukkah song. This is a Hashem salvation song throughout Jewish history. Right. The next one that's when we sung. Then the Greeks gathered against me in the days of Hasmoneans, etc. So basically, you have the first openings with the temple, and they're hoping that we'll return the temple. That talks about Egypt, the Babylonian exile, Purim, Hanukkah, and then in the end, free us now from where we are. So the question is, why do we sing this on Hanukkah? You could sing this on Purim or Pesach, or I don't know, some other time you're celebrating salvation. So one answer is that the first stanza, when it says Chanukah Mizbeach, it's setting the tone for what's important, what we should be focusing on in this song, which is the rededication of the temple in the third temple, right? So because we're talking about Chanukah Mizbeach, it's the rededication of the altar. It's worth singing it on Hanukkah. Another direction I just wanted to offer is perhaps it's hinting to the nature of Hanukkah, which is the first stanza is talking about something spiritual. It's talking about returning to the temple, talking about praising Hashem. It says two times, it says praise, thanksgiving. Is silence the loudmouth foe, right? Silence so we can open our mouths and praise. So it's kind of talking about spirituality. And that's really what we're focused on Hanukkah. Purim and Passover are talking about our physical redemption. And we celebrate in a physical way. We eat many things on Pesach. We celebrate with physical actions on Purim, exchanging gifts, having a big seudah. But you don't really have that many physical mitzvahs on Hanukkah. You eat latkes, but there's no mitzvah from the Torah to eat latkes, okay? But really you have, you lighting the candles, and you're supposed to, it's a holiday where you say Hallel with your mouth every day of the holiday. It's a very spiritual holiday. So perhaps the first stanza is hitting to spirituality, and because of that, that's the ideal when it comes to this song. Therefore, we sing it on Chanukah, and that's perhaps setting the tone for what should we think about during Chanukah. It's a time of great spirituality, tapping into spirituality through the lighting and through praising Hashem.